guys, welcome back to my channel. Recently I had someone ask me, actually I've had a few people ask for single volume boys love recommendations, and I am here to provide. So let's get started. Alright, the first one I have is Replay. I love this manga so much. If none of you have heard it before, it is about a baseball team, guys. It's a high school BL, and so sweet. Like, it's weird because like everyone sees them as a couple, but they don't see themselves really as a couple. When I mean couple, I mean like already kind of married kind of couple. But it is so sweet. The art is amazing. Like, it is really cute. Let's see if I can get, just like, I love the art in this. It's just so soft, and plus the pastel colors on the side just I just find it so beautiful. And the story is mainly based around them themselves, so there's not too much of a plot other than the fact that they're on a baseball team, but it's a great story. I love it personally. Alright, the next one we have is Katakuri Lamp. This one is about a coffee shop owner, and he kind of falls for this guy right here. It's really cute, it's sweet, it's kind of like the last one. The artwork is pretty similar, but yeah, this one is based around, like, I think 26-year-olds, so it's a little bit older. But yeah, so he's just an owner and he just wants to feed this guy and just make him happy pretty much. It's just so sweet. Like, I just love it. Alright, the next one we have is The Cat Proposed. This one is like fantasy. Like, it's really good. This guy right here, he's like I forgot the exact name of what they are, but he's a cat pretty much who can transfer into a cat to a human. And this guy was very depressed, not feeling well, and he just happened to walk into his like little poetry meeting, and he heard the words that he was saying, and he pretty much fell in love with his poetry. So it kept him from wanting to go over the edge with his depression. But super sweet. Like, the drawing art is so good. I love it. I almost cried reading this. It's just so sweet. I don't even know how to describe it, but you should buy it. Alright, the next one we have is Melting Lover. Now, this one is a bunch of like one-shots in one book. My favorite is, let's see if I can find it. Ooh, here it is. This section right here. And let's see, it's called The Bottom of Heaven. And like, this book is pretty twisted, and it's pretty like a darker BL. But the one section that I showed you is like an angel, and the other guy is pretty much someone who goes out and kills people for people. There's a name for that, and I cannot think of that name. Not a bounty hunter. Anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, so it's really interesting. This whole book is just like, there's a lot of fantasy. There's like this one chapter where this guy's like a slime, like a blob, and he just doesn't feel like he's worthy and stuff of like the other guy because he doesn't look like him, but he can turn into the guy that he's in love with. But of course he's not actually that, he's just a slime. But that's what the cover is right here. But yeah, no, there's a lot of weird stuff in this one in particular, but I don't know, I like having a darker BL because I only have a few of them, because everything else is, you know, real soft and fluffy. But yeah, I really recommend this if you like darker stuff like Mad K. Alright, next one we have Only the Ring Finger Knows. This is really interesting because the whole premise of this book is like everyone wears rings to represent, like, if they're in a relationship, if they're single. It's really weird, but it's a good kind of weird. And these two just happen to own the same rings, so it looks like they're a couple. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's got that old 90s art in it, but I really like this book personally. I'm a big fan of this book. Yeah, I'm not sure how easy it is to get your hands on, but I'm a big fan of it. But yeah, the plot in it is very interesting because it's based around rings, so that's cool. All right, next we have New Beginnings. This one is super fluffy. It's super soft. There's like no crazy nothing. It's just maybe a kiss. And this is by my favorite mangaka ever. Oh yes, Ko Teisuke Yamamoto. Like she made Ashita wa Doshida, Tori-ten, Birds of a Feather, New Beginnings. Like there's so many that she's made. Like there's this one about a priest and I think a flower shop owner. I may have two mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And that one's really good too. But this one is really sweet. This is 90s. This is before she got really into her like distinct drawing style, but like it's just really sweet. I'm pretty sure it's about two best friends. Yes, and then they get separated. But yeah, this one is really good. Big fan. It's an older one, but by my favorite mangaka, so I had to have it. All right, next up we have Honey Darling, and this is about a vet, a guy who finds a cat on the street and she gets a little cold, so then he has to go and take her to the vet. But the nearest vet is very far away, and this guy just happens to walk up and be a vet. Who would have thought? That's just, you know, on the street casually. Yeah, so I love the art style in this. Like, that's so cute. But pretty much he starts working at the veterinarian office because he wants a job, and the guy asks him to be his like wife almost. Like he's asking him to pretty much do all the housework and stuff and not work in the actual like animal hospital. But it's really cute, it's sweet, and like the cat is involved in this too. So fluffy, I love it. And it's Honey Darling. Last but not least, we have Liquor and Cigarettes. Ooh girl, this is spicy. When I say spicy, I mean spicy. This is pretty much about a liquor owner and a cigarette store owner, and they both are across from each other, and this guy has been bi pretty much his whole life. This guy's straight, but this guy's in love with him right here. And so then one night, this man right here, he can't hold his liquor, so this guy over here, I don't know their names, I'm sorry, he asked him, he's like, hey, can we do some wine training so I can go into the wine contest that is coming up, because I can't do it, even though I literally own an alcoholic store. Like, I can't hold my liquor pretty much. And so he agrees to it. However, he was like, but if you do that, we have to practice. It's weird. I don't know exactly how the agreement went, but like pretty much he's like, yeah, we can do that, but while you're drunk, I'm gonna make out with you, pretty much touch you, because I like you. And that's what he says to him. But yeah, no, like the art in this is great. Like, got something spicy, man. Spicy. Hang on. Yeah, like this guy's pretty much been in love with him since high school. Like it's just so good, and the art in this is beautiful. But that is all my one-shots for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.